Hi, Suhas. Well, for everybody on
Hi.
the meeting screen, you may not be aware that IOTA has sections in both India and Iran, and I've asked representatives who are uh, controlling both of those organizations to kindly present today. And so you will hear first from Suhas Gurjar, who I met at an occultation a number of years ago. He was inspired by the 1969 Apollo moon landing and taught himself astronomy at a very young age. He became a member of JVP, which is India's oldest astronomical society, and served as president for a 3-year period. He's reached out to the media and become a regular writer for newspapers on various astronomical topics in India. And his career primarily has been in the field of mechanical engineering over the past 40 years. So on October 3rd, 2015, I was in contact with Suhas, and he joined me at an asteroid occultation of 106 Dione near the town of Damdana in India, and he got a chance to observe what an asteroid occultation was like, and he got all excited about that and decided to become the key focal point for developing occultation observations in India. So then the next year, he and I organized a joint asteroid occultation expedition for 22 Calliope on December 25th, 2016. And I brought enough equipment, some of which you can see in the background. They were actually 80 millimeter middies. I brought about 10 stations worth with me to India. And Suhas was able to train, and I was too, some of his students in order to come out and participate in this. We distributed people all over the place across the path of Calliope and got some excellent data. So on a personal level, Suhas lives in the town of Pune, India, which is in the northwestern part. It's just southeast of Mumbai. And he is the key person, in addition to being involved in astronomy, in biodiversity site protection areas, serving as a nature conservationist. He's involved in mountaineering and adventure activities, and also organized an expedition historically of the 1,500 kilometer route of the River Krishna in India. He enjoys singing and traveling and has organized solar eclipse trips as well. He has one son living in Peru. This year's occultation activities in India have been severely curtailed by the coronavirus, and also now as a result of India's rainy season starting. So with that, I'd like to introduce Suhas Gurjar.
Okay, shall I continue?
Suhas, you want to turn off your video and then share your screen. Suhas, are you sharing your screen now?
Yeah. Particular screen is not coming yet. Just a minute. Is it there? Is it there?
Not yet.
Screen is there? Yeah.
No, not yet.
Okay. Not yet. I can see my screen here.
We are not seeing the shared screen yet, Suhas.
Is it there? Is it there?
No, not yet. We're still not
No?
seeing the shared screen.
Yeah, I clicked that green button and then I selected my screen.
All I can suggest is stop the screen sharing and try starting it again.
Do we need to do share video?
Yeah, maybe you could email the your presentation to one of us, and then one of us could show the slides, and you just tell us next, next.
Is it there? No?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. What if you start video?
Now we've discovered that he should keep his video stopped in order for us to hear his audio clearly. But we've tested this over 3 days, and the sharing screen has always worked fine.
Yeah. We tried yesterday only.
I don't know if Suhas has heard of Murphy's Law, but here's your introduction.
Perhaps he could consider leaving the meeting completely and rejoining.
No. I'm clicking that green button.
Yeah,
And my screen is on.
I think
Can
that
you, perhaps
might
you
be
should,
a good idea to try to leave the meeting and then come back into the meeting.
Okay.
that or just give your presentation without view graphs.
Well, and also he could just, if he could email the presentation to Ted Blank, and then Ted could share his screen with the view graphs, and he could just use audio to tell him when to go to the next one, and he could see you could see him then if he can't get him to share himself. But I don't, try first the restarting and see if that works. But if it doesn't, I would suggest just emailing his PowerPoint file to Ted Blank or any of the rest of us.
That would be fine with me too.
Suhas, do you want to email your presentation to Ted Blank so that he can show the slides while you do the talking? Suhas, I now see your screen. It's showing up now.
You need to unmute yourself. We see your screen, Suhas, but we do not hear you.
Yeah, now probably you can hear me.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything's
Okay.
good now.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I start? Can you see it now?
Yes, it's good. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is about nothing technical, really speaking. I am going to represent what activities we are doing here in India. So it is now IOTA India section. So in short, let me introduce my organization also. This is Jyotirvidya Parisanstha, means organization related to bright objects, which was the oldest organization which was established in August 1944, and now it is completing 76 years. We have strong base of membership of almost 500 members, and besides popularization activities, we are in serious astronomy also. We have our telescope in dome, so we have our own observatory through which we have till today observed more than 10,000 stars, variable stars, which are accepted by APSO. Besides, we are doing some sky survey also for transients, and recently we started occultation activities or occultation observations also. In short, Paul told you, but before that, we started this occultation observation by not that accurate methods. You can see it here. We recorded some occultations by star trail cut and measured something, and so it was not really accurate method. But when we then afterwards, you can see some interesting picture of crescent moon occulting crescent Venus, for which we traveled something like 200 kilometers from our city. So likewise, our interest went on increasing. And then at one time, we got opportunity to get connected with Paul Maley. He wanted some help in Delhi, in our capital city, and he just for site selection, etc., for some logistic, etc. So we grabbed that opportunity, and we three of us went to Delhi to help him, and I participated occultation observation with him. Besides, other two friends of mine observed the same occultation from the city, and we both were very successful there. So we were very well associated with Paul Maley. Then, of course, as Paul just told you, that in December 2016, Paul came here with 8 sets of video recording systems, and we erected some 20 stations across the right angle line to the path of the asteroid. And out of that, 8 were video recorders brought by Paul, and other 12 or something similar, 12 stations were manual stations where we used time the sat mobile application. And out of 20, we were successful to grab something like 15 observations. And based on all these 15, Paul could deduce, he could find out the size and shape of the asteroid 22 Calliope. So this was real start of the scientific way of observation, and this is the result we got from our single-handed ZVP activity, asteroid shape. And to encourage us, Paul donated us 2 time inserts, Kiwi Mech, and for last 3 years we are using those. Using that, we purchased couple of cameras also, and we started this type of activity. Of course, asteroid capturing is quite tedious. We are learning very much. We are using we have developed our own method of finding the proper star. So during last 2 years, we could successfully capture only 2 occultations, which are already in record of IOTA. Few occultations we missed also is in spite of our exact positioning, geographic positioning, exact pointing towards appropriate star, and exact time also. In one case that happened that we were at proper place at proper time, we were aiming at proper star also, but still that occultation didn't happen. So as there was no other IOTA site where information relevant to India was being established, we offered to start IOTA India section, and that was accepted by Steve and IOTA committee. And last year, on 3rd of May 2019, we started our India section and we launched our India section site also, which is still running very well. What we do on that India section site, internet site, we publish all the occultations going to happen in next month so that observers can plan their activities. Of course, in India, there are very few observers. Really speaking, till today, only 2 observers are there, and I am trying to expand that uh, base. I am trying to involve more and more people. Still, I am publishing this data continuously on this site for last complete 1 year. You can note down this IOTA India internet site also, where you can see what we are publishing there. Same thing was published in newspapers also. You can see one of the newspaper cuttings. What we are publishing is basically IOTA international information. Every information is linked on our site, as well as we are publishing next month's occultations going to happen, which we publish on earlier month's 15th. That means on coming 15th August, we will be publishing all the occultations which will be going to happen anywhere in the India for September. So people will get sufficient advance notice for planning the activities. Likewise, these here, of course, uh, basic information is provided, map, and in general timing, because time will change according to seer site also. So that I am going to provide to any observer if he tells me that I am going to observe from such and such place. So that exact time I will calculate, and from using occult, of course, I will inform the observers exact prediction time also. Then simultaneously, I am running one more Facebook group also, Occultations in India, where I publish daily next day's occultations, both asteroid occultations as well as lunar occultations, where map is given for asteroid occultation, and for lunar occultation I am publishing something different. For lunar occultation I am publishing the timing for various observers locations. Here is another page from IOTA India page, where similar to all other sections, we are publishing whatever observations are successful or not successful, including reduced data and every information as per other sections exactly similar. Now, during last couple of months, I have identified something like 30 observers throughout India. Here you can see pointers on the India map. All yellow points are the potential observers for at least lunar observations, lunar occultation observations. Asteroid occultation observations may not be possible immediately, but lunar occultations, they are interested. Out of 30, almost 20 have agreed to observe regularly, and I'm feeding them all data necessary for observations. So hopefully after this rainy season, we will be getting lunar observations more and more from all these stations. This starts from southernmost point of the India, it is Trivandrum, and topmost point, northernmost point in Kashmir also. Kashmir also some 5-6 stations they are ready to observe. Easternmost Kolkata is there, and western we are taking care of by so many places around my city. Simultaneously, we observed that Time the Sat application, which was famous and which was introduced to us by Paul only, is not installable on many mobile cell phones. So recently, during last month only, we developed our own application which is available on Stores, Google Play Store. That is called Sat Timer, which can be installed on any mobile instrument, which gives basic information longitude, latitude, and altitude also, along with GPS time. And you can record the time as well as immediately you can send or share the event time on Gmail, WhatsApp, or whatever media. Likewise, we have developed this application, and this now we are informed to IOTA also. Let us see, that will be published on that side also. Here you can see Ashok name is there and my name is also there under that other vertical about section. So hopefully with this application, many more observers will be there, and main hurdle now in developing observers in asteroid occultation in India is cost of the complete kit. The cost of the complete kit, recently just last 15 days I purchased personal kit also, though JVP has 2 sets. I purchased my own personal kit which costed me around $800, which is very high cost for average Indian person. So now I am trying to develop similar kit with guidance from Steve and Ted and IOTA people, so that I can offer my wish. Of course, this is my wish. This should be available to Indian people to less than $250. Then maybe many more people will be interested in purchasing. This $800 is just beyond capacity of average Indian people. So that is my further action plan. So this is in short what we are doing, what we are aiming at, and time to time I am troubling all people, Paul, Steve, Ted, including Risto also, Felipe, Dave, Sumotu, everyone. I am not troubling David Dunham at this stage. So all these people are very well guiding me in learning IOTA this type of occultation observations, and now I am relatively mastered using occult software, and using that I am training other people also. So this is in short what we are doing. Thank you for patient listening, and thank you for all cooperation. Thanks. If you want to ask something, you can surely.
Any questions for Suhas?
This is Jan Koch. I'm curious about the satellite timing application for Android phones.
Yeah, it is Android.
Do you know if that has access to the pulse per second output of a GPS chip?
Yeah. We are using just it is similar to time the sat. So we are using hardware of only cell phone.
Suhas, do you know if the this new application uses the NTP-based timing? I'm guessing it does on the phone.
Yeah, NTP is referred, but actual timing is captured from GPS.
But probably, I don't think any of those GPSs have pulse per second input, so they'll probably be just based on the NEMA data, but we'll see.
Yeah, you can see resolution is 1 millisecond, and for accuracy or accuracy
Yeah.
calculation, we are referring to NTP.
Is that an open source program?
Yeah, it is open source program free of charge. Anybody can download. Just now it is beta program. It is available now also. Sat timer.
Is that from the Android store?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Google
Thank you.
Store, Google Play Store.
And where's the
It is
source
of
code?
course developed by some other person. I guided him what I want.
Yeah. Where's the source code?
It is on Google Play.
Google Play. Okay.
You can find application as Sat timer.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is.
we could.
I just thought I'd let you know, John. I just emailed you and Suhas, so you'll have emails, and you can connect that way if you want to find the source code. I think he can help you that way.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get the, get this app and do some comparisons ourselves. It could be useful for, a lot of people around the world, not just in India.
Yes.
So thank you for developing that. And I just want to say, as a personal note, I became interested in astronomy when I was 11 years old. Living not in India, but pretty close. I was in Karachi, Pakistan, living there for 2 years. My father was working on a foreign aid project. So I know it was a nice desert climate, nice clear skies that I know you have in the northwest part of India too. And of course, I went to India for the 1995 eclipse and successfully observed that north of Jaipur. So thanks for an interesting presentation.
Any other questions for Suhas? Okay, well, Suhas, let me also thank you for an enlightening presentation. It's a delight to see how hard you've been working and how dedicated you've been to promoting occultations in India. And I want to congratulate you on all your work. Very good job.
Thank you.